You've heard it all before. I'm right, you're wrong. Just do it my way. Now, I guess if I want it done right, I'll just have to do it myself. Have you ever felt like someone was controlling your every move? Well, today is all about control within families, and sadly, sometimes children can get used as pawns in the middle of all of this. My first guest, Jim, says his wife, Cindy, is the most controlling woman in America. They're now separated because he says she picked out his clothes, told him when and what he could watch on TV, and micromanaged their finances right down to how much he could spend on a candy bar. Take a look.
My wife is the most controlling person in America. Cindy controls every aspect of my life, financial, family vacations, what we wear, and that's Cindy.
I certainly haven't controlled much in this marriage or we wouldn't be here right now.
Cindy's home is the cleanest, most spotless home in the country.
I'm a lot neater than him.
And heaven forbid you do anything to dirty it. I had coffee cups ricochet off me because I wouldn't take my shoes off or pick up laundry. Cindy's control is done through threats, and the threats don't work. She goes into the rage.
I have tried to stand up to him. I don't think that's range.
She'll flail her arms, get right in my face like she's gonna tear my head off.
When I get angry, I talk with my hands, and that probably becomes more pronounced.
Cindy has to control where the bed is, where the TV's gonna go. I don't know why I owned a TV, because if I turn that TV on, I'm gonna hear about it for months after.
He'd sit for literally 8 hours at a time and watch TV. And that way I would control his TV watch, and I would tell him, I need you to get up and help me with these kids.
Cindy has always been very into what I do. If I was gonna go to the grocery store to get a loaf of bread, I had to explain myself.
Jim has never said to me he thought I was controlling, even one time.
I was accused of having affairs if I left the house for a day or two to go hunting. She was in charge of me. She's definitely in charge of those kids.
This is Sierra's closet.
Cindy's very controlling in the clothing, purchasing for the kids.
Did you get your new pants I gave to you?
Yeah.
Did you try them on? Let me see. Oh, they fit really good. I have never been a perfectionist. I do have a really good eye for detail, where probably most people don't.
Cindy gave me a specific list of demands. She would remarry me, but under different conditions that she could do and be whoever she wanted, and I had no control or no restrictions whatsoever for her. DrPhil Houdini will not be able to convince my wife that she has an issue, and God help them if they try.
Well, it seems like there's two sides to this story. How do you feel about the characterizations you just heard?
I think it was completely absurd. I've never heard this from him before now.
Really?
No, we've never had an argument about it. He's never spoke about it. He's never told me he thought that way, felt that way, or anything until now.
Is that true?
It's true.
This is all new. You've never said a word to her about this?
In little bits at a time, but not confrontational control over control.
Yeah. And you, on the other hand, think he is an absolute out of control freak?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Have you had that conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
Throughout our entire marriage.
Okay, and you felt like she was dominating and controlling this, but you never brought it up? I'm curious as to why that would be.
I would avoid conflict. I mean, I would go along with it. And don't get me wrong, I love my clean house. I like to look good. I love my kids to look good.
Do you think you're controlling? She's characterized you as that. She says, what you're saying is absurd, but that it is true of you.
No, I don't feel that I am.
You told our producers that your concern about this show is that he would come on here, just be sweet as pie, totally manipulative, butter wouldn't melt in his mouth, but if he doesn't win this debate, you believe somebody's going to get hurt.
Yes, I do.
Okay, you think he's going to get violent.
Yes, I do.
Is that a justifiable concern on her part?
No, not at all.
Have you been violent with her in the past?
One time, yeah, I grabbed her finger.
She says you lie And you said, and I quote, "I won't say that I don't lie, and I don't always know when I'm lying."
It's true.
You don't know when you're lying?
I have lied to Sinden. Don't catch myself trying to make an excuse or defend myself. And I've gone to extremes of lying to her.
You said also, "I don't like confrontation." She says that you have yelled and screamed at her at the top of your lungs, called her names, that you have called her the C word, that you've called her a lying bitch, a lush, told her she's got mental issues. He's barrel-chested you.
Yes, he has.
You mean he bumps you and knocks you back? You say he can hurt you and not leave a mark.
That's right.
That you've spit in her face. You've locked her in the bathroom and would not let her out. You've grabbed grocery bags and thrown them all around the room and are just insanely jealous, have ripped the covers off of her and said, "Well, where the hell were you, you effing slut?"
It's not true.
Says that you told your daughter, "Did I tell you that your mother is an effing whore?" Are those things true?
They're absolutely true. That and 100 more.
You said he unknowingly left a message on your cell phone while saying to your son, who was 4-year-old at the time, "I want to kick your effing C mother right in the teeth." Was that recorded?
I don't know if it was recorded. And
Did you say it?
I did say it, not to my son. And I can tell you that I said that. And I can tell you why.
Because I lost my cell phone at the mall, and the security department called him to tell him that they had found my phone.
I went through a litany of things, and I didn't give you an opportunity to respond to each one, which I want to do now. Is that characteristic of you? Do you do those things? Do you call her those names?
I'm not going to say that I haven't called her those names, and I'm not going to say that I haven't yelled and screamed at her. But the part of the story...
Does that mean you have?
Oh, you bet I have.
Okay.
And you
Good.
bet.
Well, that's interesting. You said I'm not confronting, but that sounds highly confronting.
I learned early on that if I turned my back and walked away from her, it was worse than standing there being confrontational. I try to avoid.
So you call her those names to de-escalate tension?
No, not at all. I get angry. Just as it seems so simple that, poor Sinan sitting here in this mean ogre husband, but you miss the part where it starts, where she's yelling and screaming, flailing,
Oh, I haven't missed it. I just haven't got to it yet.
Okay. There's two sides to this, and to me, I get angry. You bet I do. And I yell back, I scream back, and it's one of those, the frustration level and anger, and we both build and build and build and build, and it blows.
Did you lie to her about how you got in contact with the show?
How I lied to get in contact?
Did you lie to
no,
her?
I emailed.
Did you not say that he said he was on the message boards just pecking around looking for information?
Online chat room.
And we saw him on there, and so we
That
pinged
is
him
not
and said,
true
"Let's go"?
whatsoever.
That's what he said.
Because we didn't contact you, you contacted us, right?
Absolutely. I responded
And I have
to
the
the
letter
questionnaire. It was a questionnaire or a format that you filled out about controlling. And I responded to that.
Jim wrote me a passionate email about his wife, Sinden, being the most controlling woman in America. But she says the real story is that he is a domineering husband. Sinden insists that she is not the controller. Rather, Jim, a police officer of 20 years, is a master manipulator who rules by fear and intimidation.
Jim would say anything to make me look bad. Jim is a pathological liar.
Sinan will accuse DrPhil of lying if he confronts her. Everybody's out to get Sinan.
The most important thing to Jim is controlling me. In the beginning, we were completely in love. Jim was my knight in shining armor.
I fell head over heels for her.
I loved the way Jim took care of me. He would wake up with me at 4 o'clock in the morning and make my lunch for work that day and drive me there. I didn't see the control as control. I look back now, that should have been huge red flags for me. Jim is an intimidator. He'll block me in a bathroom, he'll throw things, hold me down in a chair, just about anything but physically punching me. Police officers know what will get them in trouble.
I've called her lying bitch, a lush. Sinan has called 911 on me at least 15 times. As a sergeant for the sheriff's office, all this has impacted my career.
For every 911 call, there's 10 more that didn't get a 911 call. I came to him in the fall of '04 and told him that we needed to make some changes in our marriage. It was a declaration of war to him. Jim's always been extremely jealous. I work in the road construction. He actually would program his radio to listen to truckers as they were going by so he could hear what they were saying about me. The neighbors tell me that one time Jim drove by the house 23 times. Everything about me, he monitors. He uses his job constantly. Jim is a trained hostage crisis negotiator. He knows specifically how to mess with people's minds and emotions, and he uses all of his training to the best of his ability. Jim manipulates the children constantly. Sierra came upon the middle of our argument, and he looked at her and said, "Your effing mother is a whore." I will never forget the way she looked at me. My children are not living with me right now. Jim filed for a temporary protection order saying that I am violent and my children need to be protected from me.
I heard the words come out of my daughter's mouth. There's two moms, Dad. The one that loves us and the one that beats us.
He has always respected my parenting. Now all of a sudden my children need to be protected from me. I've never beat or harmed a child, ever. I think the truth will come out. I think he played the wrong card.
Child Protective Services disagrees with you, correct?
They've never interviewed me. They've never talked to me.
But they did remove your children from the home.
Yes, they did.
Because they investigated and found evidence that satisfied them to a risk level 4, moderate risk, that you had been physically abusive with your son. They found handprints on his arms, bruises on his legs, and buttocks. Is that correct?
They did find bruises on him. I don't feel they did a thorough investigation. If they would have even bothered to talk to me. Jim brought them that information.
But you had just spanked them with a belt
Yes, I did.
immediately before the bruises appeared.
A few days before that.
But they removed them and you now have custody of the children, correct?
Yes.
And there's a hearing coming up on this and you're contesting that, right?
Yes, I am.
Because you say that you've not abused your children.
No, I
In
don't.
any way.
I don't feel that that was a abuse at all. There's a lot more to it than that. First of all, Jim brought the children all the way to file that report where his brother's the sheriff. He has friends there. That's how he got that pushed through.
And you feel that he abuses his position as the authority has as a law enforcement officer?
Absolutely. He knows what they're looking for. He knows how to write the reports. He knows where his friends are at in the departments. He knows everything to do. And we don't even know for sure if the bruises that were on Dalton came from the spanking. He plays ice hockey. He rides motorcycles. They could have come from anywhere.
Yeah, well, no, I have the report here, and you know these things are always ongoing, but they have removed the child.
Based on the evidence that Jim gave them.
Right, and based on the physical evidence, the pictures of
That
which I
he
have here.
brought in. They did not take those pictures. He brought them those pictures.
But they are legitimate pictures of your son, correct?
They are
They either are or
legitimate
they
pictures.
aren't. I don't care
They
who
are
brought them in. I
legitimate
don't care if the
pictures.
Easter Bunny brought them in. These are pictures of your son with the bruising, correct?
Yes, they are.
Okay, were you angry?
No.
You weren't angry that he had lied to you and stole the recorder you were using to record Jim?
Yeah, I was upset. I wouldn't say I was angry. I talked to him about, we had a discussion, we sat on the edge of the bed, talked about lying and stealing, and I told him at that point that he was going to get one spanking for every lie that he told me that day, and that was going to be the practice from now on. That's how we were going to handle it. And I gave him the spanking, I tucked him in, he actually apologized to me for the lying and the stealing, and I hugged him and tucked him in, never heard another thing about it.
Yeah. And you two have agreed as parents that spanking is okay. Okay, so you were concerned that it went overboard, or this was an opportunity to wrest control of the children from her? She says it was manipulation.
That's exactly what it was. He's been trying to do this for 2 years. He's taken them from me 3 different times. He's threatened it 100 times. He just found a way to make this work, and he's using everything that he can use right now. And the children are his main form of control because that's all he has left at this point.
Have you abused your position as a police officer to get an advantage over her?
No.
Did you report that she was drunk driving and give them her license plate anonymously, not telling them who you were, but just calling in as a citizen saying she's driving around?
No. I did call in one night when she was out at the casino till 2 o'clock in the morning and my children were home alone.
Well,
His children weren't home alone. They were babysat by our regular babysitter.
here's exactly what you told us. He told me that the police officers had followed me home because I was driving drunk, but that they hadn't stopped me out of courtesy. I have a restraining order. They shouldn't have been giving him any information about me at all. They traced the anonymous phone call to Jim's phone, and he was on duty. So is that true or false? Did they trace this to your phone?
Nothing anonymous about it at all. I called one of the police officers down there because she was at the casino and my children were home alone.
If that was your concern, then why'd you have me arrested, try to have me arrested for drunk driving? Why didn't you tell them my children are home alone? Why didn't you tell them the truth? Why did you call as an anonymous concerned citizen? You were stalking me from the parking lot across from where I was. You waited for me to leave and then tried to have me arrested.
I am so scared of Jim, I don't even have words to tell you. My true feeling at this point is he's capable of anything. The worst of it started during our separation. I know he's constantly watching me. He always shows up. He knows everywhere I'm at. He knows who I'm with. He was stalking me in his patrol car. There was a 911 call that I had made that was completely ignored because Jim got on his police radio and told him it was an accident that he called 911. When he doesn't like something, he throws his shoulders back, his chest comes out, he gets within 2 inches of my face and screams and yells until he's backed me into something. I think that we'll come to a situation of, if I can't have you, no one will. The first week the kids were gone, I had nightmares of him going hunting with them and leaving them in the car and leaving it in neutral and they go off a cliff because he knows it's the one thing that'll bring me to my knees. I'm not dealing with a normal person here. I'm dealing with stuff I can't fix. It's really more of a self-preservation mode for me at this point. I have to save myself and my kids.
What you're telling me is you believe that Jim is a danger to your life.
Yes, I do. I believe he'll stop at nothing. His objective is to get me under control and keep me where he wants me. And now that I'm not doing that, I'm standing up for myself and trying to break free of him. It's getting worse, and the attempts are getting more desperate as we go along. And I think the more I research this, the more I read about men like him, I can see what kind of danger I'm in.
If you're so afraid of him and you have a restraining order, why did you fly out here with him when we, of course, offered and made arrangements you can completely separately? And when they called you last night, y'all are out souvenir shopping near the hotel. That just doesn't sound to me like somebody that's afraid that some man is going to kill him.
Well, I'm not afraid of that at this moment. Right now, he thinks he's in control. I know when to be afraid of him and when not to be afraid of him. It's the times when he feels like he's losing control. And right now, because he wrote in and he's made this attempt and he thinks he's fixing his marriage, it's all just another form of his manipulation. He thinks he's on top of his game and everything's fine. It'll be when this doesn't work for him that it'll get ugly.
That's obviously a very serious concern on her part, or is that just a story she's telling, and if so, why?
I'm not going to say it's a story she's telling, but it's absolutely not true. I wouldn't hurt her, and as many opportunities that I've been angry at her, if I was that kind of a person, I would have hurt her. But I'm not.
You have hurt me.
The ongoing thing, all this stuff about me, Jim. You know, last night you brought up a good point. Last night we had a great time. We ate lunch yesterday. We flew together. I left it up to her. I don't control. I'm not trying to control. And it's not because I'm happy, and it's not because I'm trying to reconcile my marriage. I wrote specifically, I want health and happiness. I want her to be healthy and happy. I want the most, and the ultimate part is for my children. I want them to have healthy and happy parents, whether we're together or not.
Do you want them to have a good relationship with their mother?
Absolutely.
Do you want them to have access to their mother and their mother to have access to them?
And the only time I've ever interfered was after this deal with my son. Last night I talked to my son while we were sitting down having a drink. Said, I want you to talk to your mom and give her a kiss goodnight over the phone. I am not trying to control my kids. I'm not trying to keep them from my wife.
That was control right there. I want you. He tells them when they can talk to me and everything. He he has to control the whole thing. If I'm not behaving, they're not allowed to talk to me.
You have made a list of demands that if he met, you would reconcile, true?
That's not true. I made a list of demands, yes, and they weren't demands. I told him, this is what I want in my life. I want a husband that I don't have to protect myself from. I want a husband that stands by my side, that upholds me, that uplifts me, that's there for me. And this is the qualities I'm looking for in a man.
Did you also say you wanted a new proposal and a new diamond ring?
I told him that I would not put my wedding ring back on, the one that we got married with. I told him that if things got, fixed and he was able to get help for himself and repair this stuff, and I could somehow repair the damage he's done to me and learn to trust and respect him again, that at that point we would have to get remarried and renew our vows because he's broken every single one of them.
So at this point you're saying, I fear for my life, but I would remarry you if you did certain things.
If he was completely fixed, if he went and got help and was able to fix all these things. I mean, I'm not sure at that point right now. That was a long time ago that I said that. That was several months ago.
What ownership do you have in this? What have you done to contribute to the problems here?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I've a considerable amount. I'm not perfect by no means. It's been a gotcha game from day one. She got me, I got her. I'll prove this, you'll prove that. Who's right, who's wrong? And now I've gotten to where I'm looking at me and only me.
Do you recognize that the children are paying the price for your behavior?
Absolutely.
Do you recognize the children are paying the price for your behavior?
Yes, I do.
I get custody of the children, and the reason for it is my 8-year-old son came home from my visitation, and he was severely bruised and beaten by his mother.
I don't beat my son. Spankings have been used in our home, and that was an educated decision that both Jim and I made together. Jim has spanked the kids on occasion also. He even made a leather strap. Jim's been trying to say that I harm those children since we've been separated.
I would never alienate Sinan from her children. I feel terrible for my kids right now.
My children are suffering horribly. They are literally being torn into. Their foundation is being ripped out from under them. Can't respect their mother. I don't know what's going to happen to them. Regardless of my marriage, whether it lives or it dies, I have to protect those kids. I don't trust him. There's a lot of things that would be very, very hard for me to forgive at this point.
I love my kids and I love my wife. My hope for the future, I want a healthy, strong family, whether we're together or not.
It's a tragic example of he said, she said. She accuses him, he accuses her, and the children stand in the middle wondering what's going to happen in their lives. If this continues the way it is, what do you predict is going to happen?
The way our relationship is now?
If you continue to do what you're doing in this relationship, what do you think is going to happen?
Self-destruct. Myself. My children are going to be damaged more than I could be damaged. I truly believe that.
What do you need to change?
Me. I'm responsible for myself.
What do you need to change about you, your behavior, the way you're interacting with her?
I couldn't give you an honest answer. There's so much that I need to do.
Well, okay, that tells me a lot. Have you been honest here today?
Yes, sir.
Has he been honest here today?
No.
What's his basic lie today?
His basic lie today is the stuff that's been going on. He has traumatized me and those children, terrorized me and those children on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. We can't get out from underneath of it. He won't stop. The stuff he's saying, like about the spanking and stuff, that he manipulated that whole event, the entire thing. And he knows it. He knows I'm the best mother of those kids. He has done nothing but compliment me on my parenting, on my mothering, our entire marriage until now. He's just continued. This is all manipulation.
If you've gotten so invested in this that you're doing what she's saying you're doing, do you recognize that there's nothing to win? That you won't win anything? I mean, you can feed your ego and one of you will wind up with the upper hand with regard to kids. And that'll be great. You'll feed your ego in the moment when that happens, but those kids will pay the price in their teens, when they get married. They're going to pay the price for what you're doing. Does anybody hear that? Do you hear that?
I've heard that all along. That's why I've been
do you
trying
hear
to stop
that?
it.
Yes, sir.
If you only do what you each admit to doing, if we just say, take away all of her allegations away, just the things you admit to doing, those things are tragically damaging to your children. If you do just the things that you admit, I mean, just the things that you acknowledge that you're doing, not the things he's accusing you, just the things that you're doing, you've got these kids in the middle of a tug-of-war here, and that's going to scar them. Do you hear what I'm saying?
What am I doing? I don't understand.
You tell me. You tell me what you're doing.
I'm trying to stop him. I'm trying to use the 911 calls, the sheriff's office. I'm trying to get him out of the house. I'm trying to protect myself and my kids. And I'm sorry, but the system's failing me on all levels because he's a cop. Where am I supposed to go for help to make him stop?
Well, if he is stalking you, if he is doing those things, then you go to the authorities. You go you go to the state police. I'll guarantee you, the state police don't give a tinker's damn bit of difference what some local sheriff is doing or not doing. Let me tell you, I deal with law enforcement a lot, so don't give me a horror story about that. They do care. They do care. And if he is abusing his position, then that will be to pay.
I have made the reports. I have 2 years worth of documented evidence of 911 calls of everything that he's done. I have report after report after report. The other departments can't believe he's still wearing a uniform, but his department's protecting him. I've been to court. He's friends with the deputy prosecutor. They're high-fiving each other. They're laughing and joking. I'm fighting the whole system, not just him.
Mm-hmm. Is that true?
No. Law enforcement doesn't protect their own. They're more scrutinize their own more than anybody.
They will now. You understand?
Definitely they will.
You see that camera right there?
You bet. And
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to stand in front of it. And I'm not going to say Sinnon's lying. I'm not. For whatever reason, she's making these allegations, and they aren't coming true. They're not hiding
That's
anything.
right there,
They
too,
don't
because they're
dare
doing them.
hide anything. And I can guarantee you right now, they don't dare to hide anything. And I think it's awesome that it came out on that TV right over there.
Well, when mothers and fathers get at odds, often the kids are in the crossfire. They're in the middle of the battle, and they pay long, long after the arguments are over, the yelling is stopped, and maybe both mom and dad have moved on to new lives and new relationships. But the kids continue to pay. That's what I'm focused on here today in trying to stop this tug-of-war that has some precious children in the middle of it. Sinden, what do you want to see happen? In a perfect world, what would happen?
I want him stopped once and for all. I want the manipulation, the lies, and what he's doing to my kids stopped. I want my kids back. And that's really, right now, that's as far as I can go.
And by the way, I didn't answer your question a minute ago, so I want to answer it right now. You said, like what? Give me an example. What am I doing that's creating problems here? Well, the fact that you are confronting your child who is in the middle because he's taken a recorder you're using to record his father, gives it to him, then you confront him about it, then you spank him about it to the point that he's bruised, and he's there like, well, do I give this to dad? Do I give it to mom? What do I do? I mean, do you not have any ownership in that?
Yes, I do.
Should you not have just walked away from that? Is that lying to you? Yes, it is. But I'll guarantee you that doesn't even almost rise to the transgression level of putting him in the middle and having him make a choice between mom and dad. Is that not putting your son in the middle?
Yes.
Could you have taken the high road at that point and said, look, you shouldn't have been involved. Sorry he got you involved with that. Let's go do something else.
Yes. There was 3 other lies besides that one that didn't have anything to do with Jim or me. So it was the whole
Okay.
situation, but you're absolutely right.
All right, then
that part of it should not have been
If I'm
in the middle of
absolutely
that.
right, then why are you defending it with 3 other unrelated lies? Are you trying to deflect my point?
No.
Because I'm not going to let you deflect the point. You don't put the children in the middle.
No, you're absolutely right.
And you can
about
say that he lied about school or English paper or when he came in from recess. That's not what we're talking about, and you and I both know that, right?
Right.
So let's stay on point here if we're going to get from A to B. I don't care about the other 3 lies. You do that whenever you want to. I don't believe in spanking kids, period, for just the reason that we're talking about here. But, you know, half of America thinks it's good, spare the rod, spoil the child. I happen to disagree, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about this kid getting caught in the middle and then you spanking him for doing something in support of his father, and now he's saying, well, what do I do? Where do I turn? That's not good. You should have never gotten him involved with the recorder, but you did, didn't you? You took the recorder from him, right? He brought it to you, gave it to you?
Yes, he gave it to me.
Okay, so, I mean, well, you look at me like, gee, no, I didn't start this.
No,
Does nobody ever take the high road and say, son, don't worry about it, it's okay. Look, just put that away, let's go play. Do you ever just put the kid's interest ahead of your own? Isn't that what you need to do as parents? Isn't that the job? Isn't that the calling? So you just want him to leave you alone?
I want him to stop the manipulation and the lies and putting the kids in the middle and making them spy on me and work against me and undermine my relationship with them. And I want him to stop all aspects of this. And I'm sorry, but I've got 2 years worth of documented evidence of this, Jim. You can't sit here and lie about it. I've got the 911 calls. I've got the police reports. I've got everything.
Just as he's got the Child Protective Services report. Y'all can both stack up paper from now till hell and back. But that's not going to change the fact that this relationship needs a hero. It needs a hero. And what's it going to take for you to take a step back? She's saying, I want my children. You say, I don't think she's a bad mother. I want him to have a relationship with her. She says she wants her children with her. They're living with you and 2 other bachelors?
no, just me.
Just you?
And my roommate who owns the house, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not 2, just 1.
Okay. Is that
got
the
me
best
there.
place for your daughter?
She has her own room. And no, it's not. You know what the best place for my daughter is in her home.
My experience of having done this for close to 30 years is there's your version, and there's your version, and then there's the truth. And I'm taking sides right here, right now. And there's a third side here, and it's the children. You think he's sitting here with a smug attitude and in his negotiator mode and just being flat of affect and just kind of smoothing all of this over like, gee golly darn, wish I could do better, just want to love my wife.
Right.
That's kind of how you characterize what he's doing.
Right. Underneath there, it's all boiling.
Uh-huh.
And I'll pay for this. I'll pay for being here. I'll pay for the things I've said. And it'll go on.
Is that true?
No.
Because, I mean, time will tell, right?
Absolutely. I came here for answers. I came here for help.
Yeah. Well, let me offer you something. They need a relationship with their father. Do you agree?
Yes, they do.
And do you think he's a good father or a bad father? Does he love his children?
I think he loves his children. I think the manipulation and what he's doing to them right now is the worst a father could be.
Is it possible for you two to call a moratorium and have no contact for a period of time? I mean, can you honor that, or would you be stalking her
Absolutely.
around in your patrol car? That's what
Yes,
she
oh,
says.
I can honor it easily.
You two may not be able to be together ever again as husband and wife. I don't know. But you certainly should not be right now. And if you're worried about security, then we'll help you get security. If you think he's going to stalk you and kill you, I can't tell you that he won't. And I'm not telling you not to take that seriously. But if you need some kind of protection, then, you know, let me tell you, we'll get involved and get you the protection. And you don't need to be prosecuting your wife as a child abuser. That just isn't your profile at all. You don't think it's her profile, do you?
No.
So you don't need to be prosecuting that. You don't need to be withholding her children from her. Y'all need to work this out. If I will set up an intermediary and set up some professional help and counsel for both of you, will you accept that and participate in it? Because I don't want
100%.
to vilify you. I don't want to vilify you. See, that's the thing. I don't care. You can say who's right, who's wrong. I don't care. What I care is that these kids have both of their parents and they don't feel like they're betraying their mother when they're with their dad, and they don't feel like they're betraying their dad when they're with their mother. What do you think about my plan?
I think it's a good plan.
Well, your enthusiasm is underwhelming. Because you don't think he'll do it.
We've been through
Well, what
this.
do you-
We've been through counseling.
okay,
This is just.
What's the alternative? What is the
No,
alternative?
I agree. Okay, it's just hard for me to give it one more try. I'm on this roller coaster where I get to a point
What
where
is the alternative?
there isn't any. You're right.
Okay, the alternative is if you can just proceed with a divorce and continue to be stalked under your theory.
No, you're
So
right. This is what
if
we
you
need
want
to
to
do.
file
I
for
just don't
divorce,
trust him for a second.
if you want to pursue a divorce, do it. You can do that while the 90 days is running. I don't care. Do what you want. I want you two apart before somebody gets really in a bad emotional situation, does something you really regret. something you really regret. Either you get scared that he's going to hurt you and so you knee-jerk and you wind up dead, or you're right and he loses control and you wind up dead. That's a bad outcome on either side. I don't want that. I want you apart from each other. And I'm gonna work on some things to help calm this thing down and get you some help. I don't think you're an evil guy, and I don't think you're not an evil woman. You guys are just, you're too into it.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.